Welcome to Top of the Key, where we get to the heart of the game on and off the court. I'm Nikki Fargas, and today's guest is Cheryl Miller. She's a force that changed the trajectory of women's basketball, and quite frankly, one of the most dominant athletes to ever touch a basketball, male or female. Well, looking at the impact, the first female to really be marketed nationally, and then you fast forward and look at what's going on in college women's basketball, and now the pros. Rewind us to that time when you were being marketed, and then how would you feel like you would be in this space today? Where would you land?
Well, that's a great question. And I want to answer this with great humility, if I can. But we would have been $1 million franchise. Point blank, $1 million franchise that could have so easily gone off the rails because of the personalities, because of social media, and being pulled in all type of different directions. I don't know if we would have had the same success. So, in a short version, I was blessed to be born when I did, and I don't know if the women of Troy, we would have been successful, but I don't know if we would have been successful off the court as human beings.
Because of all the demands that are coming,
all the demands, the attention, and everything that comes with it. And you know what comes with it. You've got so many people, and myself, even in the 80s, I drank so much of my Kool-Aid that, I had to dry out for. It took me years to get over the Cheryl Miller Kool-Aid that I had been sipping on myself. So I can't imagine in this day and age.
What flavor Kool-Aid do you?
Oh, grape, strong grape.
Looking back, let's just talk about the legacy. Let's just talk about the legacy that you've left and describe that to us. What is that? What is define that for us, your legacy?
I can't because I don't know. I'm still finding out facts about myself, and again, it's wonderful, but I can't take credit for it. I played team sport. There were 11 and 12 other players on the team, certainly 4 on the court with me.
Yeah.
I couldn't have done it by myself. I didn't do it by myself. I think the greatest compliment that I hope is attached to my name is that I consistently, wholeheartedly, and humbly paid it forward. That's it. I was one of many, stood on many people's shoulders, and I hope that my shoulders were broad enough to continue to carry.
Well, look at what the legacy that SC has. That's you.
That's me and the twins,
that's the twins,
and
yes,
Cooper and Rhonda and all my teammates. That's us. That's definitely us.
And I think you look at some of these other stars in the W, who game, not your game. No one has your game, but you can throw a Maya Moore in the conversation.
Oh, yeah.
You can throw a Candace Parker. Those type of players.
Love Candace.
Yes, we love her too. But you've impacted them in such a way that has allowed them to be who they are today too.
Well,
whether you know it or not.
Again, I don't think the WNBA players really know how appreciative I am of them. And when I'm hugging them, when people see me hugging them at the end of the games or before the games, and I'm chatting them up, I'm just affirming who they are and thanking them and encouraging to continue to use their platforms. That's all I'm doing. And thank you for showing this old lady some grace and love.
Old lady, you
come on
you're
now.
Looking good. You know what they say about us now, and don't crack. So
no,
you're looking good
it
over there.
It doesn't. No, we don't.
Is there any players that remind you
of me?
You?
collectively, yes.
Okay.
And again, it's such an unfair question because I think we're all unique. But I see a lot of myself in Candace, in Asia, in Jackie, Maya, DT, Diana Taurasi. I could go on and on. You know, Cheryl Swoops, you know, that quick first step. Cooper and the way that she played in her tenacity and, you know, there's so many players that I'm a blend of. My all-time favorite, Lynette Woodard.
Lynette Woodard.
Who I designed my game. I mean, and I got the opportunity to be a teammate of hers in the Olympics in '84. Come on. I've been blessed, like I said, to be a part of this. And for all the players out there, when I kind of wink at you, I'm just saying thank you. Y'all are solid. Thank you. And keep being you.
And you know what? They're winking back. They're winking back in their own way. I've seen you on the sidelines after a game, you know, grab a player. I saw you, you know, the other night. You grabbed Jewel Lloyd.
Oh,
And I didn't even know what you were saying, but I wish I was Jewel Lloyd at that moment because I would love to have been in that position where someone like you was pouring into to us at such a young age. That is so remarkable that you have this grace about you, this humility about you. It is very evident to this generation when you walk into a building. It is very evident.
I'm just, I refuse to be that old timer and say, I remember when. I just, that is so not like, that's just not me. And when I get the opportunity, and they obviously open themselves up and receive it, I think one of the greatest gifts in my life was just a small conversation I had with Caitlin Clark last season, her rookie year, and, you know, coming into all this. And her all this isn't just all this her rookie season, it's all this. And how to negotiate that, and her just listening and knowing, hey kid, I've been there. Not on this grandest scale,
Right.
but you got this. And give yourself some grace and patience. It'll come.
Yes.
And don't take it too personal.
Yes. I think we got to recognize not just her game, but the impact that Caitlin has had.
And we can all benefit.
And we all can benefit. The impact that an Angel Reese has had.
Yes!
The impact that a Juju Watkins is going to have.
Will
a Hannah Hidalgo. Like,
yes.
It is
Yes.
a pipeline of just pure talent that's coming to the W, which is just going to uplift.
I agree.
The entire league.
And I just, and Nikki, I know we kind of share this, hopefully the same passion, is that the younger players understand, do a little of your homework too. You know, the WNBA didn't just happen overnight.
Right.
You know, it's not 4 years ago or 5 years ago. We've been around for a minute, and before the WNBA, you know, there was. There's always going to be a there was. To recognize that, embrace it, and like I said, allow us to impart some wisdom every now and then.
Now you have taken your talent to coaching, broadcasting, the work that you do as far as advocacy. You know, how did you balance all of that?
I'm still trying. That's a work in progress right now. I'm trying to do more, but be more efficient, and trying to find the places where I can have an impact, and not only drop wisdom, but learn as well. I'm a sponge. I'm still learning, you know, how to do and what not to do, and what not to say. And you know what? Be the first one to put your hand up when, hey, I was wrong. I missed that. I missed the mark on that one. My bad. My bad. Tell me where I got that wrong, and tell me how to make it right.
If you could go back in time, what would you tell the younger Cheryl?
Would she have even listened? Would She had even, listen, but you know what? Deep down, that young Cheryl wished somebody would have sat her down and told her to not take herself so serious and to give herself grace. And guess what? You're going to make a whole lot of mistakes, even the ones that nobody saw. You've been forgiven. Keep it moving. And take the time. Take the time just to say thank you. Ask somebody what their name is. How do you pronounce your name? Hey, are you having a good day? Yeah. Tell me about your day. Tell me about yourself. I would have emphasized to be a better steward of being a service. Of being a service. That's what I would told the younger Cheryl. Because the adult, the Cheryl now, thrives on being of service. Great question.
I'm getting ready to cry over here. No, it's so amazing to have you with us today. I can't say enough. All of the young girls and boys that are out there. Just
every Cheryl needs a Reggie. Every Cheryl needs a Reggie and a Saul Jr. and a Daryl. Every girl needs a big brother and a little brother.
Yes.
And a little sister.
Well, I know that you have been a big sister from afar for those who don't have a big sister.
Oh, thank you.
You have been a beacon of what can be, because during that time, the recognition and the awareness was what it was for then. And it was great. It was great. It's what it was for right then in the 80s, then the 90s, and we fast forward and we're in 2025. Wow. But what would you tell the young boys or young girls today? Like, what would you leave them as far as inspiring them?
Your value isn't in what you do, it's who you are. And take the time to make the investment in you. And learn how to be comfortable in your own skin, because you are authentically beautiful.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Thank you, thank you. Well, that's a wrap on this powerful edition of Top of the Key. Cheryl Miller didn't just play the game. She helped shape it, she elevated it, and she kicked down doors for all of us who followed. Her story is a reminder that greatness isn't just about talent. It's about courage, it's about vision, and it's using your voice. Cheryl, thank you so much for paving the way for all of us to continue to show up with that same fearless energy. I'm Nikki Fargas, and remember, the game always reveals character at the top of the key.